the Water Forum recently appointed in the last couple of months, and I'm here today with Donald Purcell and Dr. Trina McGrath, who are members of the Secretariat that support the Forum. So the Forum was established on a statutory basis in 2018 to provide stakeholder input and advice on water-related policy development. There are 25 members representing a broad range of sectors and views on water issues. And the Forum has got statutory advisory roles in relation to the Minister for Housing, Local Government and Heritage, Irish Water, the Commission for Regulations of Utilities and the Water Policy Advisory Committee. I'd really like to take the opportunity just to acknowledge Tom Collins, who was the previous chair of the Water Forum for his many years of public service in the water area, Connie Rochford for chairing the Forum between Tom's leaving and my recent appointment, and Barry Dean from the National Federation of Group Water Schemes for chairing the Forum's Water Services Committee. I'd also like to thank all the members, past and present, for their contributions, time and public service, and the Forum Secretariat for all their support. In relation to the hearings today, we really welcome the fact that the committee is taking such an interest in the draft River Basin Management Plan. The next 6 years are going to be crucial. As you mentioned, Chair, this is the third cycle, and it's just as a reminder to you all, the Water Framework Directive was agreed over 20 years ago. So, there have been two 6-year cycles already that have taken place over that period. There are many problems that still remain to be solved. So over the next 6 years, we need to step up the level of ambition and rate of progress and start to see radical improvements in water quality, management of our precious water resources, and in the area of water services. And I just want to make the point that implementation is going to be so important. Implementation is key. We can have a great plan, but if it's not implemented, it means nothing in the longer term. So in terms of the main recommendations of the Forum, the document we've prepared runs to nearly 60 pages, and there are 103 recommendations altogether in it. I'm not going to go through them all today, you'll be glad to hear, but I do want to say that they represent the agreed position of the members following much engagement with the Department, with the EPA, with LawPro, with ASAP, who are here today as well, and many other organisations. And they cover all the relevant areas: governance, monitoring and evaluation, financing, public participation, and the key pressures on water. So in the next minute or two, I just want to touch on 4 in particular: an outcome-based approach, governance and finance, public participation and pressures, and we're delighted to get into more detail as we go through the discussion. First of all, in the outcome-based approach, we are recommending an outcome-based approach with targeted measures, metrics and key performance indicators for every water body in Ireland, and there's about 4,500 in total. Each water body either needs to be protected if already at good status, or improved if at poor or moderate status. There's detail provided in the submission as to how this could be designed, and we are happy as a Forum to engage with whoever we need to on the development of such an approach. In relation to governance and financing, we are recommending a number of reforms to the government structures to help strengthen the overall governance framework, including a full-time project management secretariat, more structured engagement between the 3 governance tiers, and opportunities for engagement between the Forum and each tier. We are also recommending quickly establishing the proposed interdepartmental group to develop a comprehensive financial strategy to support implementation of climate, water and biodiversity objectives in an integrated and joined-up fashion. And I hope during the course of the hearing today we get to talk a bit more about the multiple benefits issue, that water, climate and nature are very much interconnected. For public participation, we are recommending a new national approach to meaningful public participation to help radically improve how the public participates in the implementation of the Water Framework Directive, leading to a vision and action plan for meaningful public participation in each of the 46 catchment areas in Ireland. Again, The forum can assist with the development and implementation of such an approach. There's a lot of expertise in the forum. I've learned over the course of the last 2 months I've been involved in it, in this area of public participation and engagement, and I think we can really draw on that over the next 6 years. And finally, in relation to pressures, now we have sections on all the pressures in the detailed submission, but just a couple of general points that we want to make. First of all, we need much better alignment of sectoral policies and strategies with the objectives of the Water Framework Directive across all sectors that can have either a positive or a negative impact on water. Many sectoral activities, for example, new developments, flood relief works, etc., also need robust Water Framework Directive assessments to ensure that they are not having a negative impact on water. Now, just looking back at the history of this, it's taken a long time for Ireland to figure out how to work through the legislation so that a directive like the Water Framework Directive appears on a regular basis when you're looking at assessments of, for example, new planning developments or whatever it happens to be. And that's something that we need to, deal with in the course of the next plan. So lots to be done. But building on a lot of progress as well, I think, and particularly in the most recent cycle, truncated cycle, which was just for a 4-year period. So thank you again for inviting us here. We're very happy to answer any questions that you have and also to provide any additional follow-up information that we might be able to give to the committee from the forum while you're carrying out your deliberations.
Thank you, Dr. Crowe.